Hello, and welcome to Ebike Escape's overview of the electric bike company, specifically focusing on Project Beautiful. As always, if you are thinking about buying a bike from the electric bike company, we'd really appreciate your support. And if you use our link, it's a free and easy way to support Ebike Escape. Let's get started. We recently were in touch with Electric Bike Company talking about their Project Beautiful bike, which is this one right here. We're going to talk all about it. While I was researching their bikes, one of the things that really stood out to me is how different each one of their models can be depending on what you, the rider, want. You have a lot of customization options. It gets a little bit confusing. So we're gonna go through all the specs of all 8 models. And then of course, we're gonna talk about the color. If you wanna skip to the technical stuff and you don't care so much about the color optimization, we'll put a timestamp below. But I just can't continue talking about the bikes in general without first addressing this absolutely beautiful bike that we got from the Electric Bike Company. This is one of 6 different designs that they have in their Project Beautiful portfolio. We'll be able to give you a close-up on the paint job here. It's amazing. They've got these very professionally designed, gorgeous bikes. This one is called the Supernova. I'm not an astrophysicist. I had to look that word up. The basic meaning is that it's an explosion of a star. What a great name for the color on this bike. I think it's beautiful. It's subtle enough that it's not going to draw a ton of attention from far away. But as you get up and look closely at it, it's a beautiful bike. It's kind of a purple blue, and the color sort of shifts depending on what direction or what angle you're looking at it, because this was definitely my favorite. There was several other ones that were right up close. One of them was called Rainbow Fantasy. What a fantastic name. I love it. It's very bright. It's a bike that you're either going to absolutely love or say, oh my gosh, no way, I'm not riding that. It is beautiful. All the colors of the rainbow. I think some people are going to love this bike. Some people are going to be all over it and they're going to really want to be riding it. Other Project Beautiful bikes. One is the Neapolitan. It kind of has a nice fade between 3 colors. Very classy looking, not super loud, but definitely going to draw some compliments and some comments when you're riding it around. The Twisted Gava, I think, is the most subtle of the Project Beautiful bikes. It's very similar to the Supernova, but instead of the purple blue, it kind of has a pink burgundy that switches into a green. It sounds like it's not going to work. It works. It's beautiful. Again, depending on the angle that you're looking at it and the way the light's coming, the color sort of shifts and changes. Super cool. And then we also have the Purple Pearl, another really classy looking, beautiful bike. I think if you want to be riding a bike that people are going to really notice, you're going to get a ton of compliments, Project Beautiful is the way to go. All right, so you've seen the Project Beautiful colors and you think, well, those are great, but I would like to look at something a little bit more personalized. Let's talk about color customization. This is the bike that Ebike Escape got to design, following the colors of our logo, but you can make your bike look however you want. There are 36 color choices that you can use. 14 of them kind of have a metallic tint to make them shimmer a little bit in the sun. And then you can pick what parts of the bike are what color. Obviously, you're not locked into saying, well, I want a green bike or I want a yellow bike. You get to pick all the different colors. So the first decision you have to make is the color of the frame. Here we've got a nice bright green frame. Then they're going to ask you about the front fork. So this is a suspension front fork that we've decided to make orange. Then you can get a front basket. Notice you get to pick not just the liner of the basket, but also the mesh color, and you can make those the same color or different, whatever your choice is. You can pick the color of the rear rack. You can also pick the color of the fenders. So we've chosen bright yellow here. Those are the areas that you're going to choose to use your 36 colors. The only other place that you can pick one of those 36 colors is if you want a customizable helmet. I mean, if you're going to have a bike like this, you kind of got to have a helmet that matches. Other options you have, other things that you can customize when you're designing your personal look on your bike is the color of the trim. So that's going to be here, the handlebars, the crankshaft, the seat post. You can pick between silver or black. You also get to pick the seat cover and the grips. They look leather, but they're vegan. You can pick between the tan that we have here or a more traditional black. All right, moving on from the color, which is hard for me to do because I really think that color customization and all the beautiful colors that they have is one of the things that makes it stand out the most. There are currently 8 models being sold by Electric Bike Company, and we're going to talk about what's different between all of them. But before we get into that, let me tell you what's the same across the board on all 8 models. All of the models sold by Electric Bike Company come with a 500 watt motor that peaks at 1,250 watts. They all come with hydraulic disc brakes and 180 millimeter rotors. I think that that's quite a plus. It's nice that all of their bikes, even the most affordable, come with hydraulic disc brakes. All of the bikes also have an integrated headlight and integrated taillights. And finally, all of the bikes come with a multi-level LCD screen. It's the same LCD screen across all bikes. One thing that's really important to know about the LCD screen is that's how you can adjust what class your e-bike is. So when they're shipped from the company in California, they come as a class 2 e-bike. That means that they have a maximum speed of 20 miles an hour with pedal assist or the throttle. I think one of the reasons that Electric Bike Company is able to be so flexible and really allow for a customized experience is that all of these bikes are put together and built here in the United States out in Southern California. So when you put in your order, they'll be able to make it just the way that you want it. Let's go through each model so you have a better understanding about what sets that particular model apart. We're going to start with Model C and Model S. This is a Model S because it's a step-through. The Model C is exactly the same, except it's got the traditional higher step frame. The Model C and the Model S are going to have the highest battery capacity options. You don't necessarily have to get the highest battery, but these are the ones that have the option for getting that 36 amp hour battery. The Model C and S are the ones that start at the highest price point for Electric Bike Company at about $2,400, and you cannot get the upgraded tech package with Model C and Model S. Next, we're going to talk about the Model X and the Model Y. I don't have either of those available today. The Model X is going to be the traditional high step, and the Model Y is going to be the step through. Otherwise, those two models are exactly the same. You can get the color optimization. You can get the upgraded tech package. You can pick to add suspension, and they're going to be a little bit more affordable than the C and the S. They don't have quite as high of battery options as far as amp hours that you're able to add onto the Model X and the Model Y. All right, next, let me talk about the Model F. F is for folding. It's quite unique among the Electric Bike Company as the only bike that is a folding bike. Unfortunately, the Model F does not have color customization options. It only comes in white, black, and red. There are still some other options that you can pick as far as add-ons, but in general, this bike is a lot more standard. It only has one battery size option, which we'll put on the screen below. And we've done a full review of the Model F in the past. You can link to the video below if you want to see riding footage and how it does on a hill test. All right, let's talk about the Model A. That's the newest bike to be added to Electric Bike Company's model. It's A for affordable, and it is the bike that has the lowest baseline price, currently $14.99. Overall, kind of bummed because the Model A doesn't have the color customization, and I completely understand. They're trying to make it more affordable, and for the price that this bike is and for what you're getting, I think it's a great deal, but you don't get to pick your color. It always comes in black. It has a smaller battery than some of the other models. But for $14.99, it's pretty hard to beat. It's got the hydraulic disc brakes, BMX-style handlebars rather than the beach cruiser handlebars that we see in most of the other Electric Bike Company e-bikes. Here's our Project Beautiful bike again. This is a Model E. I think the Model E is probably my overall favorite. It hits a lot of the high points, but it doesn't start price-wise quite as high as the C and S. It's faster than the X and the Y, has a max speed of 28 miles per hour. You can get all the color customization options. You can pick whether you want the single speed or the 7-speed shifter. It doesn't have the ability to have a battery quite as big as the C and S. So if you're really looking for maximum range, this wouldn't be it. But otherwise, I think it would be a really great place to start. All right, let's talk about the Model R. The R is for off-road. It comes with the base model, including the front suspension fork, which is a nice difference compared to the rest of the models. And then it comes with slightly bigger tires, 3-inch. Some of the other ones have 3-inch too, but this one's gonna have some knobbier tires in case you need to handle going off paved surfaces. When you're looking at the general lineup, 8 different bikes, most of them are beach cruiser type bikes, although the Model A and the folding bike do have a little bit higher handlebars. These bikes are meant to be comfortable. They're meant to let you enjoy your ride. If you're looking for something with a really long range, check out the Model C or the Model S. If you're looking for something that you need to go off-roading on, make sure you check out the Model R. The Model F, of course, is going to be your folding one. Or you can go with my personal favorite, which is the Model E. It does come in some of the Project Beautiful colors. If there's not a Project Beautiful bike that fits you perfectly, then customize your own. Make the bike reflect your unique personality. Please keep in mind that if you'd like to buy a bike, we'd really appreciate if you use the e-bike escape link. That helps us continue to be able to ride e-bikes and make review videos. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or if you have an especially beautiful Electric Bike Company bike that you designed, please comment below. Thanks. Have a safe ride.